Yes, I did. Yes, I did get banned from Thailand. Thou art banished for 3 years. Psych! It's true, I am banned from Thailand, but just for 3 years, not forever, not for all eternity. I didn't do anything that serious. In fact, I didn't do anything at all. Officer, it was not my fault. I was completely innocent. And you're gonna understand why when I explain the story. It was 3 years, 3-year ban. So yeah, a bit of one of those, you might call it clickbait, but it's true. There's nothing false in what I said in the title. Your baby, Maggie Simpson, is dead. Dead tired of you being so negligent with your care of her.
You really scared us.
Sorry about that. But the truth is, your baby, Maggie Simpson, is dead. Dead tired of baby proofers who don't provide a free estimate.
Yes, I was banned for 3 years. So let's get down to it. Why did I, such a good boy, such a law-abiding citizen, get banned from Thailand for 3 years? It's obscene. It's grotesque. It's a slander of my name. It's a disrespect to all that I stand for. Why? And how did this happen to me? Oh, and from the jump, let me be clear that I don't really care. That's going to be explained in the next video about how, no cap, I was going to leave Thailand anyway. It had been an amazing ride, about 6 years and change in the land of smiles, but it was time to go. There's many reasons: cultural, sociological, personal, professional, content creation reasons, that it was time to spread my wings and come to new places. Like, I wasn't going to stay in Thailand just out there forever. It was time for a whole new vibe and a whole new culture. Again, that will be all explained in the next video. Today's video is why did I get banned from Thailand for 3 years. First, let's bring out some documented evidence. Exhibit A, 2 pages of documents provided to me by the immigration officials at Suvarnabhumi Bangkok Airport, dated 11th of September 2022. Mr. Paul Thomas Morrissey. According to the Ministry of Interior order dated November 27, 2558, regarding refuse of aliens ineligible for admission to the Kingdom of Thailand, you are being classified as the inadmissible alien. I love how they use the word alien. They literally use this official old word, which obviously makes us think of. You will be banned from entering the Kingdom of Thailand for, and they've written 3 years, in the situation that you are surrendered to authorities, being arrested from the departure date by the reason of overstaying beyond your permitted date for 628 days. My passport was overstay. Let me say, by the way, that word makes my toes curl and makes me cringe so much. I hate and loathe with all of my fibers the word overstay. It's just so annoying, alright, because I already hated that word, but then when I did become into overstay, through absolutely no fault of my own, and people are saying, oh, you overstay, why you overstay? It's just such an annoying, it's an annoying word. I can't stand that word, yeah? But yeah, let me pull up for a second, show you guys the documented evidence on this stuff. 3 years there, and where's it say there? 628 days, yeah? In the next piece of documented evidence is my fine receipt. I got a receipt. Isn't that nice? My beautiful, beautiful Irish passport. Mwah. Never letting you go again, baby. Never letting my beautiful, beautiful Irish maroon colored passport out of my sight ever again after what happened to me in Thailand over the last 2 years. An absolute scandal of epic proportions. So passport, here is the message, stamped message from Thai immigration, written in Thai, which explains that I am not welcome back for another 3 years. Let me say from the jump as well, keep saying from the jump, like from the outset, there's absolutely no blame attached to the Thai immigration officers or the Thai government or anything. They had to ban me because my passport broke the rules. It was through no fault of my own. I was the complete victim of a scam operation. But they don't have time, or they don't, unless you make an appeal, they're not going to listen to my sob story at the airport. In fact, I didn't even give one. I just took my medicine, took my licks, and jumped on the flight and got out of there, without any further ado, because I had a 628-day overstay. I thought on a bad day you might get an immigration officer who might want to cause you problems. But anyway, that's getting ahead of ourselves. Let's go back to February 2020, when I got back out to Thailand after a visit back in Ireland, just before coronavirus, COVID-19, struck the world. So at that time, just like I'd always done in the previous years in Thailand, I came out on a 2-month tourist visa with the view of extending for the extra month and then continuing as a tourist visa, or maybe looking at getting the education visa, as my funds were now up and I was looking at getting a bit more organised with my visa situation. Then COVID hit, and then what happened was, with the borders closing in like April 2020, I have a video actually showing how there was an announcement that you didn't have to worry about your visa for the time being, and it was going to be left open. You wouldn't be overstay, that word I hate, as I said, and you'd have to wait for a further announcement, but for now you didn't have to worry about your visa. So around this time is when I won't name names or nationalities here. I could actually dox the fuck out of the scam agency who did me, but I just can't be bothered to do that. I just don't have that hate in my heart over that or anything, I don't feel any need for vengeance. I was angry at the time over certain things that happened. Now it's all good. I don't care about doxing anybody. But so my guy who was running my apartment, so he came to me and was like, "Oh, Paul, they're going to stop the tourist visas now. You really should get onto a non-O visa, which is going to cost you about 30,000 baht for 6 months." I said, "Look, I'm doing great out here. I'm lucky to be here by the beach during this crazy period, this pandemic. Whatever, if that's what has to be done, I'll do it. I accepted that, right? So let me open my passport and check, when did that take me through to?" So it's very hard to follow all these mad stamps in your passport, but that took me through to the 24th of September 2020, and then we had another 3 months to December 2020, all right? From December 2020, now is when things get out of hand. This is when things get out of hand. It's when my guy says, "All right, now we're going to get you a whole year visa," all right? So, just to be clear, now, up until December 2020, although I paid a few quid for this, I've been all good. Everything has been done properly. I've been given these non-O visas for 6 months, all right? 2 sets of 3 months. Now in December 2020, if I'm not mistaken, it's going to run out in it's going to run out in March or something like that. So we now need to get it ready for a whole new year visa. So I give my passport again, and I never see my passport again until I leave Thailand on September 11th, 2022, yeah? Because from here now begins a whole string of mendacity, of complete and utter lies and bullshit and crazy stories, just creating excuses to not do the visa for me. Right? This agency that we went to was just never going to do it. So I was given a deadline of April 2021 to pay 50,000 baht to get this new visa, which will take me to April 2022 for a year. So I pay 5 sets of 10k baht installments, and that's all done now by April. Let's call it April 15, 2020. But because I paid in installments, even though I could have paid it all outright, I decided, alright, we'll do the installments for ATM reasons and things like that. Saying, oh Paul, it's going to take a bit longer now to get this visa for you. We're in April 2021, alright? And my visa was up in March. So now it's a month late, but because we got it in on time, it's like, it'll be alright. It'll be okay. We'll get it done for you, alright? April comes into May, May goes to June, June goes to July, and all I'm getting every day is Instagram DMs from my landlord guy, who's no longer at the building anymore. He's mysteriously kind of like no longer owning the building. He sold it off or something. There was always really weird things that I couldn't follow happening in my building. But he's like, just be patient, it's going to be done, it's going to be done, it's going to be done. Okay, I trust you. Why would you want to scam me? And I still do trust the guy, because he showed that he had no bad intentions by doing me the solid at the very end. He gave me all the money back from his own pocket, even though he's pretty broke. So we get all the way August, September, October, November. We get to December 2021, and I still have not received this new visa. Okay? I'm sending the messages. I'm like, look, what do you want me to do? Do you want me to go swim to Koh Larn? Like, give me an obstacle course. Give me something to do. What can I do to get this passport? I want to do things. I want to be proactive. Just have to wait. There's all these things happening, like the borders closing. We're going to have to send your passport to Cambodia and get you an out stamp, and all these mad stories were happening. Okay, send it to Cambodia. Do that. Do whatever it takes. Just get my damn passport ready. Let's go back and give us a tourist visa. Just give me a TV already. Tourist visa. I never wanted any of this. I just want to stay on the tourist visa like all my friends here, like everyone I know, is just going to the office every 2 months and extending for 2,000 baht. I didn't ask for any of these mad complications that this passport has to be sent out of the country and all this. What are you talking about? And now when we get to like December, it's like, oh Paul, this office can't actually do this now. They say they're full on their quota. Their quota of volunteer non-O visas are done, and this visa is going to be illegal now. What? That's not my fault. You promised me this visa, and now I'm left in here in no man's land in purgatory. I'm on a mad overstay now of, what is it, about 6 months now? And what are we going to do now? Now I'm really up shit creek without a paddle. You know, I'm like, I'm at their disposal to be exploited now, even though I have photo evidence of stage now. We're at December 2021, and I'm just like, mate, what have you got me into? Just sort this out, will you? Just get me this passport. Are we getting it, or we aren't? At this point I'm asking, is this a scam? Just tell me straight up if it's a scam. If it's a scam, I'll pay the bribe or whatever. Just tell me the truth. Like, this should not be taking this long. Anyone I ever talk to, I know loads of people are getting the same type of visas, education visas. You have it back in a week or two. This is 6 months from April through to, it's 9 months, isn't it? Sorry. 9 months. May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December, all the way through to December 2021. But now there's a new plan, right? Now we're going to take it away from this agency, and he knows a guy who's going to do it for us in a month. Oh yeah, this is going to be done in a month. All sorted. Overstay paid for. The overstay is going to be cleared, right? And I'm going to have a brand new year passport by January 2022, supposedly. I agreed to that. I actually witnessed my guy. Here's the mad thing about it. He was actually so honest all along. And if you ever watch this video, like, shout out to you. You know, you did talk a lot of weird stuff during this visa, but I hold nothing against you, and I thank you for giving me all the money back. And I know you did nothing. It wasn't your fault. You were lied to. My guy was lied to. by these agencies. Not once but twice. Said you might trick me once, won't let you trick me twice. So I was told it could be a month to 2 months, right? Like 2 months becomes 3 months, 3 months becomes 4 months. The same thing happened again and again. We're Instagram DMing over and over again now. At this time, here's a mad story to insert. In about, April 2022, this Indian bloke who I'd met at the sauna bars, right, as dodgy as that might sound, Oh yeah, joke. Because I had my beard at that time. He suggested he could make some content for me for some Indian audience. He was a bit of a startup filmmaker. I said, sure, let's give that a crack. We went down to Walking Street one afternoon. He had me shooting Looking All Forlorn and Love Lost and Lost in My Life. I didn't really care what the story was about. I hadn't seen the script or the storyboard. So after we'd done some of this filming down at Pattaya Walking Street, even though I didn't enjoy this guy's company and I found him a bit weird, I still said, maybe he'd get some good content out of it. Maybe I can chop this up onto Instagram or whatever. As we're leaving Walking Street, middle of the afternoon, April 2022, the immigration police pull up on us on a motorbike and ask only him for his passport. And I'm like, damn, I'm months, I'm over a year overstay right here. I don't even have possession of my passport. I don't even know where my beautiful passport is. Like, I'm up shit creek. I can be literally deported right here. I can be put into a deportation jail and given boiled rice rations for 3 weeks before I'll be given a flight home in a worst case scenario. Amazingly, the immigration police didn't even ask me a single question right there. They only asked him. He actually was overstay and was deported back to India. I said to him, look, I said to the police, do you need to speak to me? They said, no. And I said to the guy, look, he's like, Paul, you go. So I did leave. I didn't just didn't just leg it on him. I wanted to show him a bit of respect and loyalty. But I did leave after a couple of minutes in that situation. That was to show how delicate my situation was now. I was now an illegal alien, well overstayed. I get back to the apartment and I message my guy. I'm like, dude, you got to give me something. You got to give me some piece of paper now to prove that I am at least waiting for a passport. Give me some kind of documented evidence. Otherwise, I can be deported here. He says he can't give me anything. We just got to wait. We got to hold tight. We get into May, June, July. As we get to July now, July 2022, we're now like a year and a half overstayed. And there's now a story that we might have to smuggle me out of the country over to Cambodia, because if I leave through Thailand, I could be stopped in the airport. I could be sent to jail, or there was talk of me going to jail, as that priest said in Father Ted. Esoteric reference there for Irish followers. There was talk of me going to jail. There really was, which is mad as that sounds. I did nothing wrong. All I wanted was my visa. Why would I not get the visa? I'd been in Thailand for 6 years. Why would I ignore that? Why would I avoid doing that when it only costs 2,000 baht? Just give me a tourist visa. But now it's too late. We can't go back on a tourist visa. You see, it's too late for that now. You're not allowed to go back. I was like, can we not just go down to the office and give them a big stack of money and just stamp us loads of retrospective tourist visas? No, we can't do that. We got to stay on this. Now I'm stuck. Now there's no way I can get a visa. This second office isn't going to do it. And it's just sitting in a drawer. My passport's just sitting in a drawer all day. So at this stage now, I'm just like, look, this has gone way too far now. We're into July, August 2022. We're now given some kind of ultimatum of either pay 150,000 baht to get it fully completed, or just get it back, just get the passport returned undone. Last stamp December 2020. That's the option. So we're given this ultimatum, and my guy actually amazingly says he could pay that 150,000 baht, even though I'm like, you can't pay that, mate. Like, there's no way. If you needed my rent so quickly, so urgently, there's no way you have $4,000 or however much that is. So yeah, he said first he could pay that. I was like, look, if you pay that, maybe I'll pay you back over the years or whatever. We'll come up with a plan. But then he said, no, we can't pay that. I said, look, just get the passport back. Let's just get it back. Amazingly, we get it back a day later. We get the passport back a day later. Now I'm just short 50,000 baht. I have my passport back. It's been sitting in a drawer for about 9 months. I can't remember the exact time. Well, it's from this one. It was sitting in a drawer from January through to September, right? No, August. Because when I got it back in August, I then booked my flight for September. I spoke to the Irish embassy. They couldn't believe what I told them. They were like, how could you not have a passport for a year and a half, a year and 9 months? I said, I don't know. Like, what do you want me to do? When I look back, people would speak to me at the sauna bars stuff. Oh, how did you let this happen? There's this one German bloke who, let's just say, I won't ever be dealing with him ever again. Because the way he spoke to me over, he's like, give me this big Jordan Peterson spiel. Oh, you're running away from your responsibilities. I did everything in my power to get this visa. I never asked for any of this drama. I just wanted, give me the tourist visa. Like everyone I see here, nobody went through this drama. Nobody paid as much money as I did. Amazingly, I really didn't think my guy would be able to afford to pay me back. He did give it all back, and his mate took me to the ATM. And we got 2 sets of 25,000 baht. I was handed 50,000 baht cash at the ATM outside of 7-Eleven in Jomtien. I got all that money back, and I got my flight back. The embassy told me get back as quickly as possible. You could be liable to be stopped and deported now and sent to a jail. I wasn't especially worried about that, as I did have the aforementioned moment with the Indian bloke where I wasn't even questioned. It had never happened to me. It doesn't tend to happen to white Farangs. Call it racism, call it what they will. The reason they stop Indians is because they do have a high tendency of overstay, a high number of overstays. So yeah, I was ready. I had the cash ready. I'd looked into it, and the guys had told me you're only going to pay 20,000 baht. That's the maximum fine. So I had that 20 from the 50 cash ready, and so I got to the airport, ready to get on the plane. And yeah, like I wasn't nervous about what might happen, because I had a bit of documented proof if I was going to get any interrogation, and I realised that I've always had good relationships with Thai authorities, and they were not going to give me any problems. It was in the back of my mind. But as the story goes, if you get to the airport with your overstay passport, they're not going to give you any problem. As I'm going to bring up here, here's the rule, right? If you surrender to authorities, if you dare and you admit to your overstay, you only get the bans. It's up to, I got the 3-year ban for over a year. If you were to go over 3 years, it's a 5-year ban, and then it can be a 10-year ban above that, as you see here. But if you're caught spontaneously by the police, that's when you'd be in bigger trouble and you get a longer ban if you don't surrender yourself to authorities, as they put it. So then I got to the airport, checked in my bags, and I was like, nothing's going to happen now. I'm ready to leave. They're not going to give me any issue. And yeah, the lady at the immigration was so nice. Just said, oh, you have overstay. It's going to be 20,000 baht and a 3-year ban. I took my licks, paid the money, said thank you, and jumped on the flight and left Thailand just like that on a 3-year ban. So that's my lot. I cannot come back to Thailand again until September 2025. If I ever do go back, which I most probably will, but I'm probably never going to live long term in Thailand again. So there we go. That was the incredible story of how I, Paul Morrissey, a law-abiding citizen in Thailand, got banned from the country for 3 years through no fault of my own. Let me know in the comments what you think I should have done. Oh, and this ban has absolutely no bearing on visiting any other countries, and as of 2025 it's completely over, and I'm welcome. I'm not going to sit here and say definitely I'll be always going back to Thailand. Who knows what could happen in the 3 years. I could be married with kids here in Colombia. So yeah, when the 3-year ban is up, I'll be able to go back to Thailand, and I most likely will be going back to Thailand. It's a place I called home for 6 years. That's a large percentage of my life, and I like to continue making videos out there and seeing friends out there and spending a few months, a year out there. Probably not to live long term anymore. We have to wait and see, who knows. To quote the great poet Robert Frost from the poem The Road Not Taken, two roads diverged in yellow wood, and sorry I could not travel both, and be one traveller long I stood. And then it finishes, Yet knowing how way leads on to way, I doubted if I should ever go back. Let's just leave it out there.